Good morning and aloha.
Aloha.
I'd like to thank those of you here for attending the April service here at Pearl Church. And thank you to those of you who are at home watching the service through live streaming. Or wherever you are following the service in unity of mind, either on your own or by watching Facebook Live. And I'd like to thank you all for your kind and sincere offerings. I'm sure God the Parent and Oya-sama is really happy to see you all here today and to have joined the service with joy and in high spirits. Thank you very much. As I mentioned at the beginning of today's service, April is the month of Oya-sama's birthday, which is on April 18, 1798. Since we believe Oya-sama is ever living, we wish her a happy 225th birthday. Please join us in singing Oya-sama's happy birthday song after the announcements at the end of the sermon. The title of today's sermon is Door to Door Nioigake is the most effective way to receive blessings. Let us ask for God's guidance. I forgot to mention, I guess I mentioned earlier today at the beginning of the service, please donate to the Turkey-Syria earthquake disaster relief fund. And we do have a donation box especially for that. Last month, we talked about the teaching of Nioigake, or sprinkling the fragrance of the teachings, and how the ever-living Oya-sama is working for us and preparing the path for us to accomplish this task. We will continue this discussion on sprinkling the fragrance in today's sermon.
先月はニオイガケの教えとご存命の親様がどのように人助けの上に先頭に立ってお働きくださっているかというお話をさせていただきました。
In the anecdotes of Oya-sama, story number 72, Kozaburo Murakami, which is Taiku's great-grandfather, was saved by Oya-sama from sciatica after being given up by doctors. Returning to Jiba, Kozaburo asked Oya-sama how to repay her for the favor. Oya-sama replied, "It is neither money nor material things. If you are happy because you have been saved, then with that joy, go out to save people who are praying to be saved. That is the best way to repay the favor. Strive courageously for the salvation of others."
親様のお逸話の中に村上幸三郎さんという方の話をちょっと紹介したいと思います。私の曽祖父にあたる方ですが、座骨神経痛を医者にも見放され、いろいろな手を施したんです。例えば、針だとか灸だとかお灸だとか、またいい医者がいるといえばそこへ行って見てもらったんですが、もう医者にも見放されたという座骨神経痛を患っていまして、でそこへある人から聞いて親様のところへ伺い、そして助けていただいた人であります。助けていただいたあまりの嬉しさに何度もご自分に帰り、神様のお話を聞かせていただいた。幸三郎は親様にご恩返しの方法を尋ねたのです。親様はお金や物でないで助けてもらって嬉しいと思うなら、その喜びで助けてほしいと願う人にお助けに行くことが、それがご恩返しだから、しっかりお助けするようにと仰せられたのです。幸三郎は親様の言葉に従い、一心に人を救う道を歩むことを近く語ったのです。ということで、1892年、現在の仙洞文教会を設立されました。
Kozaburo firmly pledged to strive for the path of single-hearted salvation of others by following Oya-sama's words. He established the present Sento Bunkyokai in 1882. That church is famous for doing Nioigake. Recently, we have conducted 2 memorial services at Pearl Church, which we call the first anniversary, for people who had passed away last year. One was the late brother of one of our longtime members, Jun Mitsunaga. The service was attended by 20 people, and the other was for a Pearl Church member, the late Carol Ozamu. Both were the result of walking house to house, and they started coming to Pearl Church.
最近パール教会では昨年出直された2人の方の1年祭をこの3月と4月に行いました。1人は皆さんもよくご存知の光永さんの長兄班長玉城さんで、年祭には20名ほどの親戚の方々が出席され、またもう1人の人はパール教会のメンバーでありました個人キャロル・アザマさんの1年祭でした。どちらも私たちにおいがけお助けに個別訪問にこのパロロ地区を歩いていて、この方々との出会いがあり、パール教会に来られるようになった方々です。
Our late mother, Tomiko Nakao, when she was still alive and working, went to do Nioigake and passed out the monthly newsletter to people she knew in the neighborhood, or had come to know in the neighborhood after coming home from work. Delivering the newsletter to a man she knew on the corner of Paalea Street and 10th Avenue, she passed by a man sitting on his porch, who asked her if she was a church lady. Whereupon, to her surprise, he said that he wanted to go to her church. That man was Mr. Hiroki Mitsunaga, who from that time on began to visit Pearl Church with his wife June and youngest grandson Isaiah. And that's how the Mitsunaga family became members of Pearl Church.
皆さんご存知だと思います。今、ケアホームに入っていらっしゃるので、光永さんはここには来れないのですが、光永さんとの出会いのことについてお話ししたいと思います。今は亡き母、中尾富子が元気な頃、仕事から帰ると、この近所の知り合いの人に入学に行ったり、またニュースレターを配ったりしていました。パーレアというのはこのワンブロック先の道でありますが、そこと10テンザーリンの角にある猿渡さんという方なんですが、その方にニュースレターをいつも届けていたんですね。そのパーレアに行く途中のある家のポーチにいつも夕方座っている男の人がいて、そして母がその歩いて猿渡さんへ行く時に見かけて、あんたは教会のレディーですかと聞いてきたそうです。そして即座に私はあなたの教会に行きたいと言ってきたそうです。母は驚いてどうぞ来てくださいと言ったのです。その人こそが光永弘樹さん、ミッキー光永さんで、以来奥さんのジューン光永さんと幼い孫のアイゼアを連れてパール教会に通い始め、光永家はパール教会の一員となったのです。
The second memorial service we did was for the late Carol Ozama, who Taika and I met while doing Nioigake on Waimau Road, which is further inside of Palolo Valley. And she was very friendly, and we came to know her through our occasional visits as we delivered the monthly newsletter to her. Gradually, she came to attend our church monthly services.
次にあざまさんという方との出会いですが、この2つ目の年祭をつい最近させていただいた個人キャロル・あざまさんです。パロロバリーのさらに奥にあるワイマオロードというのがあります。私と家内とで匂いがけをして歩いている時にキャロルさんとの出会いがありました。彼女はとてもフレンドリーで毎月ニュースレターを届けるようになりました。で、訪ねていき教えを伝えるようになり、そしてだんだんとパール教会の月の祭にも来られるようになった方です。
This past Monday, Tayako and I went to the mission headquarters monthly Nioigake Day activity, only to find out that it was rescheduled for April 17th due to a scheduled conflict. But since we were there, we decided to do Nioigake anyway around Dendocho area on Pali Highway. While going door to door, we met a man in his 60s, actually the son of a man we had previously visited many years ago, who have already passed away. And this man lived in the same house, of course. We talked a little about his father and mother, whom we used to pray for, and he shared with us the condition of his knees. He had a knee condition. We were able to administer the Sadik to him for pain in his knees. We also met a woman in her 50s who seemed to be interested in the teachings. We were talking about how faith changes our life.
ここ最近の匂いがけ情報ですが、先週の月曜日、家内と私は全道町の匂いがけデーに行きましたが、実は4月17日に匂いがけデーが変更されていました。しかしここまで来たのだからとにかく、2人で行きましょうということで、パーリーハイウェイの近辺の家々を2人で訪ねていくことにしました。そこで60代の男の人に会いました。その人は実は私たちがもう20年30年も前にその方のお母さんが、ストロークで半身不随になっていて、ポーチにいつも座っていたのでお授けをよくさせてもらいに通った家であります。そのお父さんもいつも横に座っていて、その彼の両親のことはよく話をしておりました。でその息子さん、彼も膝の痛みがあるということを話し始めたので、では膝の回復を祈ってお授けを取り次ませてもらいましょうということになりました。さらに続いてその数軒先に行きますと、今度は50代の女性に出会いました。私たちは信仰による日々の心遣いが私たちの人生を大きくいい方へ変えるということについて話をしていますと、その女性はとても共感し、熱心に興味深く話を聞いてくれました。
After hearing our talk about the teachings, this lady shared with us about her grandmother who passed away, who used to visit a Tenrikyo church on the Big Island. Upon parting, we asked if we could deliver our monthly newsletter to her, and she said yes.
すると、この女性は小さい頃、もう今は亡くなられたおばあさんがハワイ島にある天理教の教会をよく参拝していたというふうに話してくれました。別れ際に、ニュースレター、オリジンのニュースレターを届けてもいいですかと尋ねると、彼女ははいと快く答えてくれました。
Nioigake is effective in spreading the teachings to other people that we as yogoku, or as some of those instruments, must do in building or reconstructing the world into the joyous life.
親様の道具集である私たち両国は、この世界を喜びの世界に組み立てていく、再構築するために行わなければならないのであります。匂いかけはこの教えを人々に広めるのにとても効果的であります。
When going door to door, God will take us to a place of destiny. He gives us an encounter with a person we were destined to meet. No matter how hard we try to sprinkle the fragrance with our own strength, our own power, nothing will come out of it. Relying on God, we walk around and sprinkle the fragrance of the teachings. One might think that we're wasting our time, but when the seed is sown, the reason for God to work will be established. All seeds sown during the season will sprout and grow. So let us sow the seeds firmly and not miss the season for the next 3 years.
神様は因縁あるところへ連れて行ってくださるのです。そして因縁ある人との出会いをくださる。いくら自分で匂いをかけようと思ってもなかなかなってくるものではないのです。匂いかけはただ歩いているだけでいいのです。無駄なことをしていると思うでしょう。無駄な時間を使っていると思うでしょうが、決して無駄ではなく、無駄苦労が種となる。その種がまかれれば神様に働いてもらえる利ができてくるのです。この年祭の旬にまいた種は皆生えるのです。ですから今からこの3年間、この旬を外さぬようしっかりいい種をまきましょう。
Thank you very much for your kind attention. ご清聴ありがとうございました。I would like to make a few announcements, if I may. First, thank you to those of you who have contributed to the Turkey, Syria earthquake disaster relief fund. So far, we have collected $550, which is right now at this point $50 over what we have forwarded to Tenrikyo. So we will donate $50 plus whatever comes in after today for today on. We'll be forwarding that amount to Tenrikyo as well. As I mentioned last month, the mission headquarters has set up the fund for victims and survivors of this disaster. And they have donated $5,000. So we will try to replenish that, and again, in the same manner, any overage, any amount over $5,000 will be forwarded as well. And next, I'd like to thank those who helped and participated in the Boys and Girls Association Day Camp held last month on March 26th at the Tenrikyo Center. A total of 5 children and 5 adults attended from Pearl Church. After 3 years of the pandemic, the first All Tenrikyo Hinokushin Day will be held on Sunday, April 30th from 9 a.m. to actually 11 a.m. at Honolulu Zoo. This is, I like to call this a multitasking or multi-purpose activity, because you're able to do Hinokushin, which is express your gratitude to God for your healthy bodies. And also, you can spend quality time with family. If you have children, it's a good, nice place, a safe place to do Hinokushin. And also, third task or purpose is to do Nioigake to the community and within our church congregation as well. So the All Tenrikyo Hinokushin Day we held on Sunday. That's the 4th Sunday in April this month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Previously, we kind of served chili dog lunch, but this year we're going to forego that. A week after that, we will be conducting our first mini bazaar after the pandemic started. And that'll be on May 7th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon with preparation Hinokushin on Friday and Saturday prior. The Hawaii Shiokai, or the 1-month spiritual development course, will be held from June 18th through July 14th. Interested persons, please contact me or Taiko. So far, we have 1 person, about a handful, Kenneth Rosberg, who applied to attend the 1-month spiritual development course.